A young man stares adoringly at a gray-haired old woman tracing the lines of her wrinkled face. However, this isn't a May-December romance. Instead, it's a love between two completely different species. 6 decades ago, a mortal human, Elizabeth, fell in love with an immortal vampire and experienced an extremely unique and intense intimacy. 60 years later, Elizabeth has become so frail that she can barely stand up. Ben's love for her has waned, leaving only a sense of familial duty. But fate plays a cruel trick. Ben never thought he'd repeat history, falling for another human, let alone one who turned out to be a vampire hunter. When Ben and Theo return home, blood bags are destroyed. It's all a mess. Luckily, their cousin is still alive. Minutes ago, Zelda couldn't bear to kill the childlike vampire. Taking advantage of her hesitation, the cousin broke free and fled. With more vampires returning in a car, Zelda's family had no choice but to stop the hunt and slip away unnoticed. From the cousin's description, Ben suspects Zelda is among the hunters. Theo doesn't notice the forbidden romance and plans to start investigating from the cross left behind. As soon as the sun goes down, Ben goes to confirm his hunch. But no sooner does he scan Zelda's RV than her father and brother catch him in the act. He lies that he's a college student writing a paper on women in male-dominated jobs using Zelda's boxer identity as an example. Though upset that Ben had distanced himself from her, Zelda doesn't expose his lies. She takes him out of the RV on the pretext of an interview. Ben can't contain his anger any longer, and asks why she attacked his family. Zelda easily overpowers Ben, calling his family monsters and revealing yet another blood feud. After escaping from Ben's house, Zelda's father criticized her for showing mercy to the childlike vampire, and said that she should seek vengeance against vampires. Turns out it wasn't a car accident that killed her mother, but a vampire. Even though Ben's family hadn't been the ones to do it, the enemy was clear: bloodthirsty monsters. This secret's unveiling devastated Zelda. Caught between love and vengeance, she faced a gut-wrenching choice: forgive or fight. At that moment, her mother materialized in a vision. She urged Zelda to break free from the chains of hatred and embrace love and happiness. Zelda bravely tells Ben about all this and about her love. However, Ben is even more ashamed and loathes himself after hearing this. He thinks he's a monster and doesn't want to drag her into more turmoil. So, he takes Zelda to meet his human girlfriend who shared decades of love with him. Elizabeth lies there, tubes snaking across her body, waiting for death. Ben hopes this sight will scare Zelda off. A life with him means endless darkness, no children, and solitude until death. However, Elizabeth has no regrets about being in love with Ben for her entire life. Seeing that Ben has found a girl he likes again, she is happy and finally feels at ease. She even encourages Zelda not to give up on Ben. Ben hates his immortality and is afraid he'll ruin others' lives, but he's the most devoted lover you'll ever find. If I could turn back time, I would still choose to be in love with Ben. With Elizabeth's encouragement and blessings, Zelda and Ben cast aside their doubts and decide to face the odds together. They hand in hand go to the rooftop of the Ben family skyscraper. Bathed in the gentle breeze and soft lights, desire sparks between them, melting the distance in an instant. Zelda sits on top of Ben and kisses him, but he pushes her away, fearing he'll lose control and hurt her. Undeterred, Zelda cuts her skin and brings her bleeding wrist to Ben's mouth. With a fierce suck, Ben's pupils transform into a menacing tawny color. Yet, her gentle touch soothes him, and he regains his senses in moments. There, they share an intimate connection that binds them completely. Such an enchanting night. They can't bear to part nor return to their solitary worlds. So, they wander into a bar. There, a transgender couple's story strikes a chord, inspiring them to break free from constraints. The world may shun their love, but why should that stop them? Happiness is a battle worth fighting for, not bestowed by the masses. Ben stops evading his true feelings and kneels down on one knee to propose to Zelda. With a crowd of strangers cheering and witnessing, the two exchange rings and officially become husband and wife. Unaware that danger is looming, Theo, through the investigation by the policewoman, finds out that the cross left belongs to Zelda's brother. He goes to the boxing gym to pick a fight and beats Zelda's brother so badly. Zelda's father quickly realizes that Theo is not human. He kicks a stool to pieces and tears off a sharp wooden stick for defense. Knowing how to deal with vampires is tantamount to admitting that it was them who broke into the villa. Theo swings his fists at them angrily, unexpectedly. The janitor comes up behind him and throws him out of the ring with one hand. When he regains consciousness, his cousin appears and says that Ben's new girlfriend is the one who tried to kill her that day. Turns out she'd been following Ben all along. After discovering him and Zelda together, the cousin is so jealous that she wants to use Theo to eliminate her love rival. At the same time, the sun is about to rise. In order to avoid being burned to ashes, the newlyweds must part no matter how reluctant they are. That vampires are unnatural monsters. So, even though he knows Ben is innocent, he still sticks to his family's duty. Ben is stabbed through the heart with Zelda's brother's stick. His mother's tragic scream rings out throughout the night sky, and she starts hunting down Zelda's brother. Zelda trembles as she holds the dying Ben, fearful of losing the love of her life. Ben pleads with her to stop the killing and not to perpetuate the hatred. Zelda has to leave him, but it's still too late. Ben's mother not only sucks the blood of Zelda's brother dry, but also tortures Zelda and bites her on the neck. Hearing Zelda's screams, Ben struggles to reach her and knocks Mom out with a blow. However, Zelda's blood is almost drained. The two support each other and make their way to the Ferris wheel. As the Ferris wheel slowly rises, their love freezes at this moment forever. The cherished memories they once shared faded into history while the future they dreamed of vanished into thin air. Zelda's father buries the two of them together. Denied a life together, they find eternal union in death. However, to my surprise, this isn't the end of the story. When night falls, strange noises come from the gloomy graveyard. Then a hand breaks through the ground. It's Zelda, who has now become a vampire. This is Maroon Recap. Check out my homepage and you'll see more recaps of Love Sucks. I'm hastening to write and edit the next recap, so feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.